Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young girl named Lily. She had a playful cat named Whiskers, who was her constant companion. One sunny morning, Lily decided to take Whiskers for a walk in the meadow near their house. They wandered through the tall grass, chasing butterflies and enjoying the warmth of the sun. As they ventured deeper into the meadow, Lily noticed a colorful butterfly flitting among the flowers. Entranced by its beauty, she followed it as it danced through the air. Without realizing it, she wandered farther and farther from home until she found herself in an unfamiliar part of the meadow. Suddenly, Lily realized she was lost. Panic began to rise in her chest as she looked around frantically, searching for familiar landmarks. Whiskers meowed anxiously, sensing his owner's distress. Just as tears began to fill Lily's eyes, she heard a voice calling her name. It was her neighbor, Mrs. Jenkins, who had been out gathering wildflowers. With relief flowing through her, Lily ran towards Mrs. Jenkins, Whiskers close at her heels. Mrs. Jenkins wrapped Lily in a warm embrace, reassuring her that everything would be all right. Together, they made their way back to the village, Lily holding tightly to Whiskers as they walked. Back home, Lily's parents were overjoyed to see her safe and sound. They hugged her tightly, relieved that she had been found. As Lily cuddled with Whiskers on the couch, she realized that even in moments of fear and uncertainty, she was surrounded by love and support. From that day on, Lily made sure to stay close to home when exploring the meadow. But she also knew that if she ever found herself lost again, there will always be someone there to help her find her way. Our grammar topic this week is passive voice, present and past. We use the passive voice to emphasize the action done to the subject of the sentence rather than the subject performing the action. It is formed using the verb to be followed by the past participle of the main verb. Let's begin with the passive voice in present tense. Observe the grammar structures. We have present simple, present continuous, and present perfect. Object, the verb to be, been or been, and verb in past participle plus complement. Observe, depending on the time tense, we are going to add an auxiliary. Let's continue with the passive voice in past tense. Sorry about the mistake. We have the past simple, past continue, and past perfect. All of them start with the object. Then we have was or were in continuous and simple, a verb in past participle. And remember, the auxiliaries are going to change according to the time tense, plus complement. Now, when do we use by? To indicate the agent or doer of the action. It shows who or what is performing the action on the subject. So, when the doer is known and important, when it's necessary to clarify, when we want to emphasize who did the action, and when we want to attribute responsibility or credit. For instance, the letter is sent by email every morning. The homework is completed by the students before class. The car is being repaired by the mechanic this week. The movie is being watched by audiences of all ages. Besides, the book has been read by millions of people around the world. The car has been repaired by the mechanic this week. The report has been reviewed by the supervisor before submission. Now, in the past, the new bridge was constructed last year. The cake was baked by my mom for my birthday party. The report was being reviewed when the power went out. The letter was being written when the phone rang. So, an important thing to be able to create these sentences in passive voice is to distinguish time tenses. Let's practice. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate passive voice form, present or past. of the verbs in parentheses. Don't forget, if you have questions, write in the comments below. And the phrase of the week is work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. Conan O'Brien. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye-bye.